Meet Lorna, not her real name. A young and well-spoken lady in her 20s. She is not preparing for a night out or dinner with friends, but is instead getting ready for work. In the pursuit of education came challenges that forced her into a life that she had never envisioned herself in. Lorna is now one of over 1,600 sex workers in Salgaa town, Nakuru County, determined to make it through life.
I came here to study, and then after a short while, I lacked pocket money and school fees at some point. So I came to Salgaa and I found the business going on. So I was introduced by a couple of friends in school. I used to see them coming and then going back. They used to have a lot of money, good clothes and everything. So I was tempted one day, and then I came. When I came, they introduced me to it. At first I was scared, but with time I got used to it. It has good money. Like when you're learned, you get at least advanced people. So you can get somebody and maybe spend the whole night with the person and they pay you good money. At least 3K in a night when you're with the person the whole night.
Conscious of the dangers that come with her work and the fact that she is highly exposed to HIV and AIDS, Lorna does not take chances when it comes to her health.
I protect myself with a female condom sometimes, and I also use the male condom most of the time. Some clients are understanding, but some they can even fight you or beat you up because you told them to use a condom. Yeah, so it depends with the client. Some are nice, some are not. So the first thing when I have a condom burst with a client, if the client is willing, I normally tell, there's a clinic over here which handles sex workers. So I normally tell him if he's willing, we go for a HIV test. If he doesn't want, I normally go for the test and then I'm given those tablets.
In July 2016, the Ministry of Health issued the HIV treatment and prevention guidelines recommending the use of pre-exposure prophylaxis between uninfected partners who are at a greater risk of contracting the virus. These aimed at reducing the new HIV infections in the country.
So PrEP is the use of antiretroviral drugs to reduce the risk of HIV infections to the HIV negative people. So unlike before where we've had tools and drugs, ARV drugs, for HIV positive people, now we have a tool for the HIV negative people, and we are very happy about it. So Kenya rolled out and launched PrEP in May of this year, 2017, and since then has rolled out PrEP in selected public facilities, private facilities, and mission facilities. There are also some select pharmacy outlets in the country.
It has only been a few months since PrEP was launched in the country, but the reception the drugs have received, as Joyce tells me, has been encouraging. However, a lot is yet to be done.
I heard about it, but I've never seen it. I've seen it in social media, but I've never used it. But I would like to try using it. The main challenge might be, people might not get, why would you take the medicine every day, but you still have to protect yourself? So even me, I'm still asking myself that question. If it doesn't have a lot of side effects, I can be faithful to it. But if it comes with a lot of side effects, it's better I just use condom and maybe other protective measures that I normally take.
She may not be happy with the side effects, But it is even more important for her to take precautions simply because she is female. According to the 2015 HIV Estimate Report, women in Kenya are 3 times more vulnerable to the HIV infections compared to the Kenyan men, with the national HIV prevalence at 7% for women and 4.7% for men.
So PrEP is taken 1 pill a day, and just like ARV treatment, within the first 2 weeks of using PrEP, because it's an ARV drug, one might experience nausea, might experience vomiting, might experience diarrhea. This is not in all the people. It's in select people, and these symptoms come and go. Within about 2 weeks, the symptoms sometimes will go. We have not had cases where these symptoms have become so severe that somebody was discontinued using PrEP. However, we advise, or it is advised, that if somebody experiences these symptoms and they become severe to the extent that they are affecting somebody's health, it's advised that they go back to the facility where they received for a checkup and further advice and guidance by a health professional. Since the introduction, we have many people now who are on PrEP and taking PrEP and appreciating the benefits of PrEP. And we have not had incidences where people rejected PrEP. There has been concerns, though, that little is still known about PrEP, and communities are still looking for the information and feeling that they have not been fully informed about PrEP. What I can say for sure is that right now we have enough. The facilities that are offering have enough stock to offer it. What our ask to the government would be that, because this is an externally funded project, we would ask the government to also put in the domestic resources to ensure that PrEP is sustained throughout. Because in a situation where we don't have donor funding, it means then that PrEP will not be accessible or PrEP will not be available. So our ask for the government right now is to put in resources to ensure that PrEP is sustained through the years and not just the 3 or 5 years that are donor funded.
The use of pre-exposure prophylaxis has generated new hope in Kenya and across the world. However, little information is still known about these drugs. As the fight against HIV and AIDS continues, there is need to create more awareness and community education on the importance of using combined methods of HIV prevention.